Welcome to the Rip 28 podcast. This is the Rip 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them on the Rip 28 podcast. Excuse me, I am your host, Sly the Sports Guy, joined by a few of my good friends. As always, we start off with the president. What's going on, El Presidente?
What's up, fellas? C-Naz in the building once again. Sly, you need some Rolaids or something? Got a little indigestion, man?
Got a little bit of gas, man. Had to get it up out me.
It be like that after the 40s, don't
it? Yeah. It smell the same out your mouth or out your ass, so it don't matter.
I ain't know about all that.
Man.
I'm talking about for Sly.
Well, this is all good. No matter, it all smell like roses coming from me. On the other side, down underneath, we got your favorite coach's favorite coach. What's going on, LBZ?
What's going on, man? It's BZ the GOAT once again. Your favorite coach. I'm just here with the guys kicking it. I want to say happy National Coaches Day to all my coaches out there. We put up with a lot, you know what I'm saying? And for all you sideline dads that think you can coach, man, sit your ass down and let us coach. We don't come to your job telling you what to do. So, but happy National Coaches Day to all coaches, man. It's BZ the GOAT.
She ran that buck sweep on that play, coach.
Should have went rip. No, give me a loop.
Hey, you know what though? This a little bit.
Got to keep them guessing. We gonna go a rip slide.
This is a little bit off script though, but truth be told, man, we gotta give a shout out to the coaches, man, because everybody know all us, former athletes, man, and we've had coaches who have affected our life. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about had a great impact on us, and helped shape and mold the men that we become. As a matter of fact, I talked to Coach Kelly not too long ago. Heard from Coach Hook not too long ago. Just two men I know who helped change and motivate my life, man. Coach Mack. All these people I still, to this day, I'm 43 years old. I can never go and call them. I can never go and say
first name.
Yeah, hey James Kelly. I can never say that. Or James Hook, Charlie Mack.
Well, you bet not.
I never say
you
it,
bet
man.
Not. Always coach.
It'll always be coach, man.
You talking about all that, Sly. I'm gonna tell you something funny. Is when I went back to coach at our alma mater, and I was coaching with Coach Amy, and everybody be calling him Kemper. I was like, I ain't taking that chance. I seen him jack Dino up, the pig boy up, for calling him that. I say, nah, Coach Amick still. And I still keep in contact with a lot of our coaches too. I just talked to Coach Hook. I talked to Coach Kelly. I talked to Coach Amick. I still keep in contact with Coach Mack, Coach Curlo. So yeah, man, they definitely shaped our lives. I got a text. I didn't even know nothing about it. I never knew that existed. And two of my former players text me and said, happy National Coaches Day. Thank you for being you and thanking me for what I've done for them. And, that's when I learned of it.
I need to go ahead.
Make you feel good, man.
Send a text to Coach Hook and Coach Curlo. Shout out to Coach Curlo. Coach Curlo listens to the show every once in a while. Coach Curlo out there. Coach Curlo.
I know Coach Swan. Me and Coach Swan close. He's been coaching me since 10 years old. And then you got him on at the high school coaching up with us too, man. He was my coach for a pretty long time.
It's funny.
Shout out Coach Swan over.
It's funny with Coach Swan because I've worked games with Coach Swan, calling games and stuff like that, and I still can't call him Paul. I still gotta say coach. I still gotta say coach, man. It's just the importance that a coach has in a young person's life, man, is something that can't be, undervalued or underappreciated, man. And I guess speaking of coaches, man, the big thing going on is Coach Prime. Coach Prime and Eddie Robinson Jr. No relation to the great Eddie Robinson, but Coach Prime. At the end of the game, let's rewind. Let's recap everything. Jackson State played
Start
Alabama.
at the beginning. Start at the beginning.
Well, that's what I said. Jackson
When
State
D
played.
said Dion walked through his.
Well, we got to talk about who
walk through his
playing
what's the
first,
name?
bro. You got to talk about who playing first. Jackson State played Alabama State for homecoming. It was Alabama State's homecoming. And what happened, what Deion claims that he does before every game, Coach Prime says before every game, he walks around the field. And what he did while he was walking around the field, he walked through the Alabama State warm-ups. Now, Coach Prime is always mic'd up, with his deal with Bleacher Report and Barstool Sports. He has that reality show, so he's always mic'd up. And, he caught some of the Jackson State players talking a little bit of shit. It was like, what you get out of here? What you doing coming through here? And we're putting that in nice terms, what they were saying. And because the rivalry kind of goes back a little bit further because Alabama State actually beat Jackson State last year. And so it ain't no hard feelings. And when anybody schedules you for homecoming, you take that as an insult because homecoming is supposed to be your guaranteed win. So it was some they wasn't on the friendliest of terms. And so after the game, Jackson State beat Alabama State. Coaches go to the center of the field to handshake. And so Deion reaches out to Eddie Robinson, gives him a handshake, and Deion tries to pull him in for the bro hug. And Coach Robinson is like, nah, gave him that Heisman, put that hand in the chest, back on up. And Deion slapped the hand away. And Deion was like, oh, what he put his hands on, what's up? And so, it's a little bit of upset feelings going on, man.
You saw that a little differently than me. I didn't think he was trying to give him a hug. I just seen him push him away. I didn't see the bro hug part.
Yeah, he tried to pull him in.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that part.
He put the stiff arm in his chest.
I see he pushed him. I'm like, hey. I'm like, what's that about? He just walking away. Then Prime did that Gensu karate on.
That wax on, wax off, baby.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm like, man, what's up with that? But I guess it was deeper than that. I didn't know all that about the beginning of the game when he walked through their warm-ups too. So I figured they got some animosity brewing.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth. They've been going back and forth for a little while now, man, for the whole week. Because what Coach Prime was saying was y'all schedule me for homecoming so y'all can get this guaranteed sellout because we gonna bring everybody with us. Everybody want to see us, and so it was a lot of trash talking.
Yeah, that's lame. That's lame on his part though. Everybody homecoming. If you ain't got no sellout game, your homecoming gonna be sold out anyway. Yeah. So it ain't just cause Deion coming to town. That ain't the only reason it's sold out. He think a little too highly of himself on that.
Well,
no, it was. They never had a sellout before. That was their first sellout.
Homecoming.
Yeah, they didn't sell out their homecoming.
Hey, is Alabama State a HBCU?
Yeah, Alabama State HBCU.
Yeah.
The Hornets.
And they don't sell out homecoming.
Here go the thing about HBCUs, man. I called Savannah State homecoming this past weekend. I did play-by-play for their homecoming. And what happens with a lot of HBCUs on homecoming, they don't actually sell out the game, but they have double the amount of people in the parking lot tailgating.
There you go. That's it.
And so
that's
what happens at a lot of HBCUs. It happens that way. And so what Deion was saying, because we come into town, y'all gonna have people inside the stadium. Y'all gonna actually make money this year. And so, and this is something interesting. because I do play-by-play with different colleges and stuff like that, I get a chance to talk to some of the athletic directors. And Savannah State athletic director, what they decided to do was the tailgate area where everybody parties and everything like that. They kind of closed that off. They let the RVs and everything get in, and everybody set up all their tents. But in order to get into that area, you had to buy a ticket to the game. You know, so you had to buy like the $10 ticket to the game or something like that. And so now, you know, Savannah State Stadium, they held about 8,500 people or something in their stadium. Now, inside the stadium, they might have had 5,000 people in there because they had the whole home side full and the away side, you know, about 1/3 full. But inside the stadium, they might have had 5,000 people. Outside the stadium, I guarantee you they had 10,000 people outside that stadium. I guarantee
Hey,
that.
I can remember going down the state when they had Coach Jeffrey down there. And remember all that tailgating, man. Like you say, you know, we come down there for the festivities. The game, man, you know, it's a hit or miss. But the festivities, the homecoming week and the tailgating, we all over that.
That's like that's like Atlanta Falcons down here in Atlanta. You might have 50,000 people in the parking lot.
Yeah, man, it's a party, man, in Atlanta. And you know, one thing about Atlanta, they kind of embraced it, especially the Hawks. What the Hawks did, they kind of turned. They realized that so many people show up to the games late and stuff like that. The Atlanta Hawks game. What they do, they made the concourse kind of like a club almost. You know, Killer Mike got a barbershop on the concourse. You know, they do a lot of they did a lot of stuff to kind of enhance that game day experience, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Memphis Grizzlies did the same thing. This coming up here, like they got a bar where you can't actually see the game being played, but you see it on TVs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's just about, you know, being at the game, having that experience. You know, some people like that. Some people buy tickets just to do that.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. But we still ain't talking about what we think about my man, Stephen Dion. What y'all think, man? Was it unprofessional? Because I couldn't see me meeting the opposing basketball coach out there and doing that in front of everybody. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something.
That was a little shot of Savannah State right there in the background for you. That's just part of they tailgating that tailgating center where they was all at, man. And say, man, they was, and this was halftime during the game.
You had a drone, didn't you?
I was standing up on the back of the press box. I was standing on the back of the press box, getting that shot.
But LeBron, what you were saying?
Yeah, what you saying, bro?
You know, it is what it is, man. I mean, they make a big deal out of all this stuff. You know, stuff like this happen every day. Hey, they don't get along. It is what it is. On to the next.
Okay.
And yeah, and that's the thing, man. I think Chan's right. They try to make it a big deal about it, man. But it happened, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't want to shake the man's hand, so he said, get up off me. You know, get up, back up.
No, he shook his hand. He didn't want to give him a hug.
Yeah, he ain't want to give him a hug.
He ain't want no bro hug. He want no bromance in there.
So he did his obligation after the game. He shook his hand. Dion want a little bit more.
I mean, I don't know, dog.
And he said no.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like
no means no.
This, man. No means no. You gotta stop. But check this out. If somebody did that to me, no matter what happened, I could see me wanting to act the fool. Because I mean, he gave that man that stiff arm, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get off me, that Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? And he hit him in the chest, dog. That's kind of personal.
Yeah, you know, he like, you know, I'm Dion, fool.
Dion was having a flashback.
Come in it.
He was having a flashback. He thought that Emmitt Smith straight arming him was having a flashback back to the 90s.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't played in 20 years, bro. I ain't taking no more stiff arms.
So, you know, Dion wasn't one to tackle anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. I'm about to say, you know, they said he wasn't physical, so he can't go out like that.
But how would you react though? How would you react now? Let's keep it real now. We all play ball and know how tempers can flare. I want you to think with a not your rational mind, because you're not gonna be rational when a grown man still farm you in your chest. I don't care what the situation is.
Well, see, my thing is I got more experience being an asshole than y'all do. So, so it wouldn't have shocked me if he would have, stiff armed me. I would have pointed at the scoreboard. I would have said, "Hey, look at the scoreboard." I would have did something. I would have took my asshole to level 2. You know what I'm saying? I would have went up a level on my assholeness.
I mean,
Oh no, man.
you probably have a natural reaction to do something back, but then there's so many people like he moved his arm out the way, and it was already 2-3 police right there. So I mean,
yeah,
it was like you might have got mad, but this ain't the NBA where they be fake fighting and be like, hold me back. So
yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do.
That's tough, man. That's tough. And after I guess Deion had the best reaction, kind of fell back like, hey, I ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying? It's the time and the place for everything.
But
what up, Tito Help?
But you know what
I
the funny thing is though, man, part of the rallying cry, what this guy Eddie Robinson Jr. was saying, he was saying Deion ain't swag. He said,
"Yeah, he ain't swag.
He ain't swag. I'm swag." But what they don't. But it's funny because I was talking trash to my ex-wife because she graduated from Alabama State. She was at the game, and that was her thing on the end. Talk about he ain't swag. He ain't swag. But I'm like, I don't know if Deion swag, but Deion has personally elevated the swag these past 2 years, and so if you anybody in the SWAC, you might want to just shut up and ride this Deion wave because you know what I'm saying, the high tide raises all ships, and that's what he's doing. And the thing about Eddie Robinson, this is the thing about Eddie Robinson Jr. He's not related to the great Eddie Robinson from Grambling. He just has that name. It's a common name, Eddie Robinson. But this guy was a former NFL player with no coaching experience at all, and who was a color analyst, and he got the job at Alabama State as his first job ever as a head coach. Don't that kind of sound just like Deion? You know what I'm saying? So before you start the dog Deion, you might need to sweep around your own door. And then another thing though, and it's my last little bit, man. He was talking about how he didn't like toward the end of the game, they had the backup. Jackson State had the backup quarterback in the game, and he was in the backup quarterback. They threw a double move. They threw an out and up, and he threw a deep pass down the field or whatever toward the end of the game. And he ain't like how it seemed like Deion might have been running up the score. But here go my thing. You ain't get mad 2 weeks ago when they went out and played UCLA. I think they played UCLA 2 weeks ago, and they got spanked 45-0. You ain't go to the center of the field and push Chip Kelly when the white boy came out there to shake your hand. You ain't do nothing to the white boy after he done whipped your ass 45-0. Deion only beat you by 14. You know what I'm saying? So weigh all that. Why you decide to grow a pair of balls when it's time to talk to Deion? Why you decide to grow your balls now? How come you ain't grow them 2 weeks ago?
Right. Hey, Tito said he sounded like a sore loser. He thought he picked a gimme game for homecoming, and they lost. That's what it seemed like to me. Because Prime ain't disrespecting by walking through his warm-up because he didn't stop and talk to nobody. He was just trying to get to his sideline doing his normal routine. Mm-hmm. He ain't go out his way. He ain't disrespect you. And you know you're going to get a crowd when Prime around. Prime brought a crowd everywhere he went. From Florida State, Fort Myers, Florida, Atlanta, San Francisco, Dallas, Baltimore. That's what he do.
That's what he do.
And everybody's going to eat because your plate going to get bigger because of Prime.
It is. It is, man. I don't know, man. I don't know why you want to trip on Prime, man. That man making money for everybody. He raising the price for everybody, man. He raising the price. Now you might be mad because you can't beat him, but hey, get better, recruit harder.
But the thing he might be thinking is if I cause some controversy with Prime and I keep my name out there, I might get some of these damn 4-star, 5-star recruits that Prime getting. So I gotta start some controversy or become his rival.
Mm-hmm.
Make it to
Right.
where, you know what I'm saying, you either with me or you with Prime.
It could be, man.
You
Tennessee State got Eddie George too, so Eddie George high profile, but
What up,
he
Anton?
ain't out there like Prime is though. He need to use his clout as well.
Celebrity, yeah.
But the
Yeah,
thing,
my daughter go there, so I want them to have a good squad.
But
And my
you
little
know,
nephew.
the funny
Shout out
thing, the funny
He
thing
play
about
ball.
funny thing about Tennessee State though, Tennessee State, they've never. Well, I don't know about never, but I know the past 40 years they hadn't been a part of any of the black conferences. Tennessee State, we used to play Tennessee State. They were in the OVC, they in the Ohio Valley Conference. So Tennessee State, even though they are, HBCU, everybody know them, HBCU, but they never really play HBCUs. They might play 1 or 2 games against HBCU a year. So,
True.
Shout out to Anton, Coach Bennett in the chat. I see you.
Coach Bennett should be working.
Coach Bennett ain't working. Him ain't working, boss.
He should be
Call in, Tom.
On the podcast. He need to be working.
Hey, Tom gonna have an excuse for you, boy. That's been my homeboy for almost 40 years. That boy gonna have an excuse for everything.
I had to put the angry emoji
Hey,
up.
He say he on his way to work.
Talking about just woke up. Man, go back to sleep. Hey, but check this out. We talking about Coach Prime getting stiffed on.
Ooh.
How about your boy Draymond hitting Jordan Poole with that yak?
Say Prime got stiff armed and Draymond threw the stiff straight. He threw the straight.
He hit him with a right cross with a left cross. Put him on the wall.
Put him on the wall. But right. Now I guess to rewind and recap that situation. And basketball is in preseason and it wasn't no audio from the video that we saw. It wasn't any audio. But apparently Poole said something. Draymond, I guess, didn't like what he said. Draymond walked up in his face, and then Poole 2-hand shoved him, and Draymond responded like a Negro from Saginaw would respond.
Just like a Negro from Saginaw.
Draymond
mad because Poole got that money. He don't.
Got to get that money.
I think that might be what it is, man. I think when you punch somebody like that, man, that don't have nothing to do with basketball or that little argument y'all having right there on the court. That's some built up stuff. That's some other stuff that's going on. And so he let it go.
Listen, bro. They what they said was Jordan Poole starting to get beside himself because he's getting that money. But the thing about it is, with Jordan Poole, after you done argued with a mug like that and then it got heated, you can't respond by pushing him first. Because what you think he gonna do if you push him?
Yeah,
unless you coach Prime. You expect to get hit. We done seen fights in practice before. This ain't new.
Exactly.
This right here ain't new.
And this the thing. He leave both feet for her, dog. He left his feet to get him, dog. He left his feet.
Look, Jordan Poole acting like he ain't gonna get hit.
He was like,
he got his hands up. After you push that man, your hands ain't up, your head ain't on the bar. You asked to get hit, dog. We all fight teammates. It's like how many teammates you fought in your dang on career? Just at Columbia High.
I done fought a couple, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. Chance, you probably done got into it. Me and my best friend, God bless the dead, Ben Holston, we got into it in practice. I mean, we know that happens.
You know, it's funny though. I think more and more I think about it though. I only been in one fight against a teammate, but that was on the basketball court. That wasn't even on the football field.
Well, I know a teammate you fought.
Oh well, I know. Well, during the season, I'm talking about during the season. During the season.
Hey man,
I
I'm
beat
from Roosevelt Village. I'm with Tito. You never let a man walk up on you
never.
after you done been arguing. You in a heated debate or argument, and my first reaction is to push you. No, I got to clear space some other kind of way, dog. I'm a man first. Don't walk up in my space like that.
And
COVID going on out here.
here go the thing. Here go the thing. People talk about, oh, Draymond sucker punch. That wasn't no sucker punch. That wasn't
No,
no sucker punch because
not a sucker punch.
once you push somebody, once you give somebody that 2-hand shove, you got to be ready for whatever come back after that.
Exactly.
You got to be ready for it, man. He gave him that 2-hand shove to the chest. You got to expect something. Something coming back.
Hey, these basketball
Man, listen.
dudes ain't like football dudes, man. They don't think they're gonna fight.
Yeah.
They fights get broke up in the game.
And then he
Well,
is light
something
skinned too.
something got broke up. Damn near his jaw.
Hey, and then they said Draymond is taking some time away from the team now.
Man, that's the part that made me mad. Man, you don't have no problem. You two teammates, two grown men, got into a fight, and like Sly said, that Negro from Saginaw responded like he did.
And my thing is, man, fights happen on every team. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Yes,
the
sir.
only difference between this is they had a camera. They had a
And
camera field in practice.
Boy, how much you think they got paid for TMZ to get that?
Ooh, I know TMZ
Oh,
gave
man,
about
somebody got
25,000
paid.
for it.
Somebody got paid, dog. Because that looked like a cell phone.
They pay
That
more
looked
than
like a
that.
cell phone. That's cell phone footage.
No, well, you know, that was the
No, I'm playing.
that
I'm
wasn't the
playing,
cell
man.
phone. That was the
I
actual
know.
practice.
I know that came from somebody in the organization. I'm just joking, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's crazy. But they leaked it on purpose, man.
It had to be.
Ain't no way.
It had to be enough to where that dude who said, all right, if I lose my job,
I'm good.
I'm good with what I got. So it was more than 25,000, Sly.
I guarantee you it wasn't that much. I guarantee you it wasn't enough to where if you lose your job, you good. What? Because somebody gonna do it for the 10,000 or the 20,000. Somebody gonna do it for the cheap. I guarantee you, man. You think about all these people who do this stupid shit and what they get caught. Like the person who filmed. Who sent the tape when Solange beat up Jay-Z in the elevator. That person got like $10,000 for that tape. You know what I'm saying?
They got hustled
and got fired. and got fired. But I know they ain't send them enough the way they can be like, oh, fuck it, I'll lose. Because if you think about it, if you are a videographer on an NBA team, all you doing is filming practice. You know what I'm saying? You filming practice, and then after practice, you cutting up the video and send it to the coach. Bruh, I'll take that job in a fucking heartbeat. You know how much they get paid? They got to get paid.
Enlightenment.
They got to get paid close to 6 figures, man, to do that bullshit.
Hey, and then you might get like Eric Spoelstra. You know, that's how he started in the film room with the Miami Heat.
Yeah, I don't think they get paid that much.
I think they do. Well,
I think that's an entry level job.
Hey, who's our friend, Sly?
What you mean, our friend?
Google is our friend.
Oh, Google. Yep, Google is our friend. We can find what Ton talking about Westbrook to Indiana.
I don't know. Hey, Ton ain't on the show, so we ain't listening.
We ain't listening to Ton. If you want an opinion,
go back
Ton,
to sleep.
You should.
Shout out to Matthew Lewis in watching. Shout out to Ms. Misha Sparks. She adding some spark to us. What's up, people?
My favorite cheerleader of all times. My favorite cheerleader and dance partner, Misha.
Go ahead and call in.
How much? What we gonna Google?
Rumors that TMZ paid $120,000 for the Draymond Green Jordan Poole video.
Yeah, so that's rumors.
Yeah, I did it too. I done sent them 2 of them.
Yep.
two different angles, but
oh wow, dog, I was way off. They say that mug make $30 an hour. That ain't enough.
31. I see 31. Yeah. So they make about. I mean, without the overtime, probably 70,000 a year.
That ain't 70,000 a year. Not $30 an hour. $30 an hour. That's more like 50. About 52. I don't know. But that's if they work 40 hours a week. I doubt they work 40 hours a week. You know, because what practice is what 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Then they
Yeah,
cut it.
$57,600.
Yep, 57,000. Yeah, I doubt they
Mhm.
make that because that's 40 hours a week on a 12. Draymond Brown. That's 40 hours a week on a 12-month schedule. They ain't working 12 months.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're right.
Sly.
What up,
That's
Draymond?
that's a warning to you and Chance and the rest of the podcast mates. If we ever get into it, I'm stealing somebody. I'm Draymond Brown. That's my brother.
Well, I'm from Roosevelt Village. I'm from Riverview Terrace in
You are
Roosevelt
not from
Village.
Roosevelt
I'm
Village.
from
You are
Riverview
not.
Terrace. I'm from
There
Riverview
you
Terrace.
go. You are not from Roosevelt Village.
Look here, Tito taught me well as a youngster. I ain't about to. Hey, if it go down, I'm gonna get that first lick off you. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna set the tone.
You ain't set no tone. You just black like Draymond. You ain't no Saginaw
Hey,
or Roosevelt Village type cat now.
shout out to Tito, Marcus, Shelton, R.I.P. June, Ferris, my big brother.
Oh,
They taught me well. They say, hey man,
Yeah, all the guys you named was who I grew up around. What up, Big O?
They ain't teach you that well. You crazy.
hey, look here, I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated.
But in your mind, you undefeated.
Well, I will admit I took one loss. I took one loss to Stephanie. She from Roosevelt Village, so it don't count.
Yeah,
You remember
yeah,
Big
dude,
Step?
it count. Yeah, I remember Step. Hey, you
Step.
lost to Ivory too, so that's two.
Well, me and Ivory, that was wrestling. And after that wasn't no hardcore fight.
Oh no!
I wasn't no hardcore
Oh
fight.
no!
Me and Ivory, we went every day. Marcus and Trevor used to make us fight every day.
Hey Tito, I know y'all right across the fence, but I'm just saying it ain't Roosevelt Village. Technically, you know you still my big cousin Tito. You know that.
So, but yeah,
Don't get on here with Sly and act brand new.
look here. Sly done took down some big names in his day. Back when I was young, when I was a young whippersnapper. I was a young whippersnapper, boy.
Oh,
Hey.
young Whipple.
Yeah, guys are barbarians.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing. That's why I can't even get mad at my son. My son had got suspended last year for fighting. And I wanted to get mad at him. I said, man, you can't be fighting in school, man. You can't be fighting. He's like, well, the dude walked up to me and he pushed me. And I tried to walk away and he pushed me again. I said, well, what happens? I hit him in his face. I said, oh, God.
See, that's what Draymond get it from.
I understand.
Draymond ain't teaching the youth teaching Draymond.
I said, did you attempt to walk? I tried to walk away, Daddy, but he pushed me again. I said, okay, well,
hey. He lying. He your son.
Hey, yeah, he probably.
I see the lie from way in Columbia.
He probably. I had to.
But you gotta protect yourself.
It one of them things, though. You know, I couldn't do it in front of him, but I went and asked one of the teachers. I asked one of the teachers. I say, did he win? He said, yeah, he won. I said, all right.
Hey. Boy, you stupid.
I couldn't.
That's probably something I asked you.
You gotta know.
You can't ask him in front. You can't ask him in front of him, but you got to ask that teacher, did he win?
Man, but you gotta know. You want to know in the back of your mind, even if you don't ask, you want to know.
You want to know.
I'll probably ask him too. I'm like, you did all this, ain't you lost? now you're in trouble.
You ain't in trouble for fighting. You're in trouble for losing.
Exactly. Don't lose. Don't make the family name bad. You're right. I see you, big old. Talk about every dad acts, man. We got to ask.
Yeah, you got to know.
Whether
you want to be honest about it or not, you want to know.
Yeah, no, it is funny, man. Talking about being honest about stuff. We finding out more and more about your man Ime. I can't even say it.
Ime Udoka.
Ime Udoka. He wasn't honest with Nia. I don't know. You know what? Maybe he was honest with Nia. Maybe Nia know he was out there getting some extra cut up on the side. But apparently, more and more is coming out. The last episode, we just found out that he was gonna get suspended for cheating. We ain't know with who. Now we're finding out it was a the owner's wife, one of the owners of the team wife, he knocking down big names, dog. How you gonna go and knock down the boss wife, man?
Hey, but we knew that. We said that. He said the only way this would have came out if it was owner's wife, and looky.
And but once again, though, what I don't like, man, I don't like. You hear his name in the paper. He's the one getting in trouble, but you still haven't seen that lady's name. You hadn't seen who the lady is, and it's a consensual relationship. A lot of times when it's rape, when somebody rapes somebody, you defend the victim. You defend the victim, and you don't want the victim's name get out. But they treating that lady like she the victim. She wasn't the victim. She just wanted some of that dog dingaling. She wanted some of that African, and now boom, the husband found out about it. Found out his wife getting knocked down by an African. He like, I can't compete in this. I'm falling in it now. I'm falling in the coochie now.
Hey, but y'all heard how they got caught though?
The ring camera.
Yeah, on the doorstep. Wow. Like hearing the whole conversation, they're like, I can't believe this. This is preposterous. The next thing you know, it's a big story. I think it's gonna affect the team too. I know that's a whole nother thing, but I think it's gonna have some negative effects on their play this year.
But let me tell you how messed up this is, man. This dude was a first-year coach, right? First-year coach. He took them to the NBA Finals his first year.
Started out under 500, right?
Mm-hmm. He has the whole team coming back. Them boys are primed to defend their title as the Eastern Conference champions. They primed to go back. So now they go and hire the white guy who is the assistant coach, no head coaching experience or whatever. They promoted the next man up. And now this man, all he got to do is keep the ship straight. That's all.
That dude ain't white, is he? Their coach ain't white, I don't think.
Yeah, he is a white guy. He ain't no black guy.
You sure?
Google is our friend. Go
you Google it, but they got the lady name.
Well, yeah, it just came
service manager Kathleen Nemo Lynch, a married mother of 3.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yep.
But I'm saying all in the beginning, though, her name ain't never come out.
Nope, never came out.
Hey, Sly Brown, that's why I say he ain't coming back. Because they're gonna have another good season. And why break that up, bring him back? You know what I'm saying? You got somebody who ain't got no dirt up under him to bring him back with all this controversy and stuff coming back next season. So,
yep, and he go to mess up.
Come back.
Yeah, he black, Sly.
You sure the new coach black?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay,
I'm looking at him right now.
Well, there you go. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. But it's messed up for Udoka because what happens? They didn't fire him. They suspended him. And they put all of that out. They put all that. If they would have just fired him he
could have went somewhere else.
He could have went somewhere else, And they would, if they didn't have to say he had an affair with somebody, they could have just said, hey, stuff detrimental to the team. We decide to fire him. We decide to let him go. And that would have been it. Life would have moved on. Everybody would have moved on, and he could have went out looking for a new job. Now he has this cloud hanging over him for a whole year. He can't even interview for a job or be considered for anybody else's job.
Because he ain't fired.
He's still a head coach.
Yep. It's crazy.
And he's not only suspended for a year, he's suspended for a year, and then it will be reevaluated at the end of the year.
That's just telling you we're going to see how well we do first. If we can live without you, you might be gone.
So,
but if we can't, then we might bring you back.
So, man, that's messed up, man, how they going to do this dude, man. But,
have they said she got fired?
Of course she ain't getting fired.
Okay,
she ain't going to get fired or suspended. She ain't going to, because it's the big black buck who done came and corrupted this sweet little white girl. That's the story they gonna tell.
But this is a story for everybody, a lesson for everybody. No, you can't keep stuff secret no more.
No.
Nothing is a secret. I can't go down the street and somebody not know where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, ain't nothing secret no more. So hey, stop trying to be out there in the shadows, man.
That Ring doorbell camera, boy, is a mug.
You got the Ring doorbell. You got the iPhone tracking you everywhere you
got
go.
the CCTV thing where they just be watching in the neighborhoods.
Everything.
You can't get away with nothing, dog.
So don't even try.
You know, so
People gonna keep trying.
You might as well pick one and just settle on down, man. Go ahead and call it a retirement.
Cheaper to keep out.
Bruh, it is cheaper, boy. I was talking to my homeboy. My homeboy was thinking about divorcing. I was like, I told him, I said, hey, bro, divorce shit expensive. Divorce shit expensive. You might want to talk to her. figure out something else before you worry about that divorce, because it costs money, brother.
I talked to a lot of my single friends, and they reconfirmed that it ain't nothing out there anyway.
Nah, it ain't nothing out here but some loose panty draws. That's all. Loose panty draws and headaches.
And you better be scared, boy, because them loose panty draws get you in some trouble and get you in hot water. It ain't hot with your girl. They're hot coming from that penis. that hot water, boy.
Yeah, y'all just made up a new term right there. I ain't never heard of loose panty draw before.
No. I ain't never heard of it either, but I went with what my guy said. But I know what that'll cost you. It'll be that ooh-ah sound.
Here go the crazy thing. Living in Atlanta, shit. You gotta check that Adam's apple real good, boy.
Hey, you can't check that no more. They getting all kind of stuff. I don't know. I stay out of Atlanta.
No, I only mess with pregnant women.
Crazy.
She got to be currently pregnant.
Gotta know it right now. She pregnant? All right.
Go ahead.
But I gotta see her had a baby first.
Yeah, because she might just have a beard good.
Yeah, you know she just might have a bad shape. Might just be shaped like a 50-pound bag of potatoes.
Man.
So
I'll wait for her to have it, man.
Looking like Patrick on SpongeBob.
Bro,
man,
it's a lot of craziness out here, man. A lot of craziness. Check this out. Before we can do that, we still got a little bit more time. What I wanted to do, I wanted to pull up a letter. We had a letter. Speaking of craziness, let's bring that up. Boom. Get our producer over here to share the screen.
Do your job, producer.
Here we go. I can't see the top line. Who want to read that for me?
I got you.
Good morning. Oh, you got a chance?
All right, go ahead. All right, good morning. I have 5 kids, ages 1 through 8. I met someone almost a year ago, and he asked me how many kids I have, and because there's so many, I told him 2. He was okay with that because he has 2 of his own. We have been dating since then. He now wants to take things a step further and look for a place for all of us. I'm ecstatic, but then again, if we move in together, I would have to tell him about my other 3 kids, and he's not going to want to date me because he said 2 was the max he could deal with as far as someone else's kids. I'm thinking of maybe letting the other 3 go with their dad just so he doesn't find out. I don't want to lose this relationship. He's a really good guy and heaven sent. Wow.
She just let you know he the money train.
Is it that bad?
She willing to sell her kids off for the money train.
She can't keep 3 kids away from nobody.
How you gonna just say that? What parent would say, I'm just gonna see if I can get my other kids to go with their daddy so I can keep this man in my life? Come on, man. Come on. That's wrong on so many levels, dog. He the money train.
Is it that bad for the women out there? All you women out there, is it that bad for y'all out there? Where you got to hide 3 kids? What type of bitch does this, man?
Well,
how do you hide 3 kids though? Like them other 2 kids ain't gonna never say, "Hey, what Chance, Sly, and Braun at?" We don't never see our brothers.
Yeah. How come you don't bring our brothers over here when you talk to Mr. John?
Yeah, come on, man. That's to hide 3 kids, dog.
Hey, well,
Not one.
at least all three of them got the same dad, it seems like.
Well, did she say daddy or daddies?
Yeah, we
I
gotta
think
pull that back
Yeah,
up. Did
pull
she
that
say
back up.
fathers? Send them with their fathers,
Hold on.
with their dad. Okay, they say with
Yeah.
their dads.
Well,
And
yeah,
the other
that's
three
that's
would.
still open ended now that you say that.
Yeah, so you don't know if
Yeah,
it's two dads for
Well,
three,
well,
three for three, or
well,
what?
you know, three of them got the same dad at least. And
Yeah.
three of them got the
maybe,
same dad.
maybe.
But still, though, I don't care if you got the same dad. I'm not. My kids ain't going nowhere.
No,
If you ain't accepting me for the kids I got, man, you let me know how lame you are right now.
Hey, she's not just saying they go live with him. She's saying that she erased them from memory, pretty
from
much.
they
Cause she,
gone.
Yeah,
cause she
that's what
gonna
I'm
live with
saying.
dude, and
She's selling them off.
yeah, and them dudes,
She's
them
selling
kids are
them.
secret. Them kids are secret now.
They just want to know what happened to Chance, Sly, and Lil Bron. What happened? Where did they go, Mama? Tell me, where are they?
They were just here last week.
And now Ted has come around and they're gone.
Oh Lord.
That's messed up, dog.
And now
She's
they got
for
two new
her,
brothers sisters now.
dog. For her to even consider that, that's terrible. That's terrible.
This sound like she was really asking for no advice. She was saying, "This is what I'm doing."
No,
What
she
y'all
ain't
think about?
asking for no advice.
She's like, "What
She
y'all think
asking
about this?"
really, no, she
Am
ain't
I
asking
wrong?
that. No, she don't care about that. She know it ain't. She think it's okay. She trying to help us. She want us to help her tell her some good ideas to get them kids going. She don't care about how right or wrong it is. She just don't want this man out of her life.
Yeah, she gonna miss out on that.
Come on, man.
I ain't got nothing for you, home girl.
No, I ain't got nothing for you, but somebody need to find her and y'all jump her. Two women, y'all jump her.
Go ahead and jump.
All these women out here that's great, that could be great mothers. I have someone in my family close to me that would be a great mother, but can't have kids. And you out here talking about shipping off three of your kids and erasing them out of history? Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all jump her. And I don't advocate violence, but in this situation, I think a little bit of it is just due.
Hey, but one thing I will say this just go to show you how different people think, man. Like you expect people to think similar to you, and there's some people that do not think nothing like you do, and that's where all these arguments come from. Because I think people live in different realities sometimes. I like, yeah, ain't no way in the world you think this cool, you know what I mean? But some people think ain't nothing wrong with it, and you like, come on, bro, this should be common sense. But it ain't to everybody, man. They say
But
common
for her,
sense ain't common.
Common sense ain't common.
but for her to have the audacity to even put that out
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Come on,
she
man.
living
Now,
on Earth 3, and we
but
on Earth
she
1.
ain't, not only did she think about it, which is wrong,
Now
she
gonna
actually
do
asked for advice. She trying to get them kids going for real, so it ain't no telling what she might do.
She's like, I'm finna lose my child support over these 3 kids and everything.
He the money train.
Dog,
That's all I could think of.
this dude got to be solid with plenty of cash, man. I don't, but my thinking, shit, what type of mother are you to hide 3 of your kids?
Hey, and number one, Sly, that relationship ain't gonna work out. So what you gonna do with the 3 kids then? Cause like he just smashing. He just smashing.
That's all.
They finna move in together, and he ain't seen the kids yet.
That's all. Yeah, he only seen 2 of them. It is absolutely no way possible for you to be in a real relationship with somebody and they have 5 kids and you just don't know. It's impossible. It's impossible because if you going over to a house, it ain't like she gonna have enough time for you to make sure she move 3 kids and say, hey, y'all go to your daddy house real quick. I got company coming over.
That's crazy, dog. Hey,
and then if she got a bad memory, she gonna mix up the kids. She gonna send 3 of the other ones next time. He can be like, who this new kid right here?
Hey, shout out to David Blythe. He said she should go with Herschel Walker. Go date with Herschel Walker.
Uncle Dave, what up, Uncle Dave?
Hey man, that's crazy,
Oh
man.
no, Herschel telling his side bras to abort them babies.
Yeah, he paying for it, boy. Herschel said, I gotta get you out of here. I ain't got a chance to move you to your mama when she
Mhm.
come over.
Herschel
I need you
trying
gone.
he trying to nip it in the bud before it even happened, man.
Yeah.
That-
Herschel crazy. But dog, that shows you like Chance say, man, this society has changed tremendously, man. Like you trying to get rid of 3 kids, dog. Like, what's going through your head when you
Hey,
say that?
if he got 5, just say they were back to back to back. You know, the oldest one at least 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Them kids can talk
Mhm.
now. it ain't like they all babies or nothing.
One of, I mean, yeah, you can't hide that. When the kids gonna come out and say, "Hey, well, wait, my brother," this dog, man, this lady, go and kill yourself, lady, because your kids might be better off with you dead.
Hey man, yeah. I mean, cause you ain't even getting these kids a chance, man. Come on, man.
Oh well, man, lady, I would say I wish the best for you. I don't even wish the best for you. I wish all 5 of them kids' daddy come and take their kids from you. I
I
wish.
say,
Yeah.
I say, go ahead and do it because he'll be gone in a month and they'll be back at your house.
Yeah, they'll be back. And
But
my thing,
they probably be better off with their daddies from the way it sounds.
yeah,
If
and
she
my
willing
thing,
to just put them to the side like that, man, let me go with my daddy, man. Let me go with my daddy
hmm
out.
and my thing is, how do you just say, okay, well, I'm gonna send the kids with their daddy, with their dad? Because I guess if it was the fact that the dad wanted them like that, he could have had them anyway.
Right.
So what happened if the dad say, "Well, nah, I'm just a weekend dad. I ain't trying to get all 3 of these motherfuckers."
Hey, I seen a video talking about deadbeat dads coming to pick up their kid. So he came to the house and the kid ran to him like, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." He just picked him up, put him back down, and left back at the house. I
Boy,
was like,
y'all
"Dude,
stupid, boy.
Man, we gonna get into that. We get into that next week, man, because
yeah,
we ain't gonna have enough time. We talking about what they say is a absent father better
Is
than
an
a
absent father worse or
inconsistent."
better than an inconsistent father?
yeah.
So
That's
that's another show.
we have to jump into that one next week. We ain't got no time, but woo,
Yeah.
that's a good one right
I,
there.
I can obviously say though, we can't get none of our friends on the show and say that. I don't know nobody, none of my friends that's inconsistent
And
or absent.
here's the crazy thing, man. I hate what the media puts out, and especially they put out about black men that black men aren't there for their children. But statistically speaking, we are. If you just go by stats, black men are more active in their kid life than every other race. And when you think about it, I don't know any dads who aren't dads. I know
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my some of my homeboys, they done had kids out of wedlock, and what I'm saying, they not there 24 hours. But every person I know personally, they a dad. You know what I'm saying? They a dad, man. And maybe, it's who you hang out with. I consider I hang out with a good group of people. Honorable bunch of guys. Y'all ugly as fuck, but y'all still honorable. But
Dang.
so
Speaking of being honorable, shout out to Dr. Brian Williams out there watching. I see you.
mm,
But man, you gotta be honorable and take care of your children, man. I mean, like you say, so I don't hang around with deadbeats because I don't think we have nothing in common.
mm-mm. And I don't want to have nothing. If you don't take care of your kid, man, I really don't want nothing to do with you, man, because you not the type of person. If you can, when my son was born, man, that was like the greatest experience of my life. Seeing
Yes,
something,
sir.
just looking at this dude, knowing this is me, this is
Yes,
me,
sir.
and I don't understand how you can abandon what is yours, abandon something that's a part of you. I
That
I
lived in
don't
your
get it.
sack.
Say
Lived in your
that.
sack, Sly.
9 months ago, you was in my balls.
You
Now
came from
look
my
at you.
testes, boy. My testes.
All right.
Now look at you, man. I tell you, man. But check this out, man. It's about time. It's about time for us to take a trip down the 90s block. Take a trip down the 90s block. What we like to do on the 90s block, man, we like to take something from the 90s and we sit up there and we toss it up as a quick hitter for the 90s. And for this one, recently, BET released the Martin 25-year reunion came out. The 25-year reunion of Martin came out. And this has been the age-old debate in every barber shop in America. Gina or Pam? Gina or Pam? What you say, man? What you say? And our people in the comments, leave what you think about in the comments.
Make
Gina
sure y'all respond.
or Pam? What is it, man? Who you go with? President, who you go with?
I'm with Pam all day long. Pam was way better than Gina to me now.
Okay.
You know, and then it's funny, you know, when you look at that show, you know, Martin and Pam arguing all the time. They probably was getting in on the side, bro.
You remember Martin had that dream?
Yeah. Hey, then they was on the cruise ship too. And, they had to act like
wasn't no dream. That wasn't just no dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pam right now.
Pam
right.
bad,
Who you got,
bro.
Sly? Who you got, Sly?
Oh, for me, without a shadow of doubt, is Pam. I ain't even gonna hesitate at all, man. Pam had that, she had that junk in the trunk.
We say Pam had them yams.
She had that yams.
Damn, Pam.
Pam was packing. Look like two midgets in the back of her pants, man.
I think Pam finna get a clean sweep, man. I'll take Pam then, and I definitely take Pam now.
Boo, hey, there you go, because she definitely held up a whole lot better too, bruh.
Yeah, boy.
She on that show with Cedric the Entertainer, The Neighborhood. I don't know if y'all ever watched that show, man. Pam still bad.
I've seen those previews. Pam still bad.
Still bad.
And relevant.
And relevant too. Yeah, man. She's
she could sing me to sleep too.
Oh God, yeah, she sang, man. But you know the funny thing is, though those two are real good friends in real life, man. They've been friends since they were young. They've been friends, man.
Yeah.
So that is that's something else right there, man. Check this, man. We getting close to the end. We done had somebody dessert on us, man. He had to leave out. Bron, you got any parting words for us before we get out of here, Bron?
Hey, man. All I'm going to say is it's starting to get cold. And don't y'all be ashamed of them big girls, because you know they're going to be that heat that you need, and they're going to keep you fed. And I want to give a shout out to the BC Bearcats on the 3-game winning streak. Shout out to DB State. Let's ride.
There it is, man. Mr. President, you got any words you want to say? Oh, yeah. We had a good show. So we'll be back next week for another good show.
I just want to say, take care of the babies.
Take care of the babies. Tanisha, don't hit me. Don't hit me, Tanisha. I'll be back in a second. All right, man. Check this. It's the RIP 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. I am your humble host, Sly the Sports Guy. We'll see you next week. Look out for the big girls.